I'm back. What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It has been a hot minute, but we're back. Probably have a lot of questions. Today's round is going to explain two things. One, where the heck I've been, what the heck I'm doing, and the second one is how good at disc golf am I currently? Those are the two questions we find out today. We're here out at Creekside Disc Golf Course. They actually have two different layouts here. They have Creekside, which is we're currently on. Lakeside is over there, and we're in Denton, Texas. Lakeside is a great course that obviously you play around the lakes. Creekside, you play around this creek, really short course, but they do have a gold layout, and that is going to be what we're playing today. It's over 10,000 feet. Basically, the goal today is to get a baseline of where my skills are, hopefully come on the journey. I know there's a lot of questions. We're gonna get straight to it, but first, we got a par 4. It's gonna be all the way tucked around the corner, up against some water. So the goal here is just to try to throw something. If I get something landing on the other side of those 3 trees in the middle of the fairway, I'm gonna be very happy. I'm still throwing the nuke, guys, don't worry. Nuke's still in the bag. And that should be really good. Now we're gonna have to deal with the grass not being mowed, but that's one issue. So I forgot to tell you the distance is a par 4. It plays about 560 or so, but obviously it's a big dog leg left, so it's really difficult to get a disc all the way there. You kind of have to throw a hyzer off the tee. There's gonna be water 4 feet left of that basket. So the miss here is short right. You gotta be short right. We're going with the little overstable zone. Black it freaky, into a headwind on a lot of hyzer here, and the miss is short right. But that's fine. That's exactly where we want to be. We'll have a putt straight at the water, but it should be close enough. You can see the only real defense this hole has is this water. And if you've come out here to Denton to play Lakeside or Creekside, it only takes you one time to realize if you throw it in the water, you're not getting your disc ever back. I mean, it's just gone. So we're in a good spot here to start off the channel back with a birdie, a little Texas mud action. And there we are, we're back, folks. We are officially back, baby. We're on hole 2. This one plays just over 1,000 feet. Probably in the basket location today, it's probably closer to 1,250 feet. You can see those big trees way out there. It is way out in that distance. Now, they haven't cut the grass like I said on hole 1. So finding their disc is gonna be paramount. A little pro tip, when you throw a shot into a field like this, always good to take 2 lines. So find a tree back here, find a pole or something, and so that way when you get out there, you can try to get yourself in that line of where your disc landed. It's much easier to find. We're gonna go Venom here, a little AB action Venom. All right, well, that's actually pretty close to the road, so that should be easy to find. Everyone say hi to Janice. Kelsey's joining, greatest disc golf filmmaker in this side of the Mississippi. But let's answer a couple questions, because I'm sure there's a lot of questions out there. Some of you guys probably haven't watched my podcast that we do. Shout out Tour Life every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Go subscribe, Foundation Podcast. But if you haven't seen it, you're probably wondering what the heck's going on. What the heck have you been up to? Because I haven't been posting on YouTube. Haven't really been posting on social media. So I want to kind of give you a little look into my life of what's been happening the last year or so. First thing is I kind of just let my fitness go. I got over 275 pounds. I probably was closer to the 280, 285. Big boy. Stopped working out, stopped exercising. Really just was eating whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. Not good stuff, not fueling my body correctly. And ultimately what that did, I think it really puts you in a really bad spot, honestly. I think my motivation dropped, my confidence dropped, just a lot of things dropped. We'll save part 2 here in a second. We have located the disc. Thankfully, I threw it close to the road because yikes, pretty tall grass here. The basket, you can actually see it. It's in between those 2 trees. It probably is playing closer to 1,300 feet with it in that location. And we're just gonna give another big rip up there. My distance is not anywhere near where it used to be, but we're fine. We're improving, we're growing, we're making baby steps. We're going TI nuke, old trusty here, TI nuke. We're just gonna try to put a good move on it through this tall grass to give myself another upshot birdie potential here. I turned it a little bit, so that should get a good flight. it just really is not, you can just tell it's just really not coming out of my hand with that much pop. A lot of discussion in my head of what the heck is my goal? What am I trying to do? What am I trying to accomplish? And at a certain point in time, I said, all right, you know what? Enough is enough. Let's get back into shape. Let's get going, let's get moving and seeing what happens. I'm currently down to 242 pounds. I have probably lost, I would say probably over 40 pounds, roughly around 40 pounds of fat. I've put on probably anywhere from 5 to 7 pounds of muscle. So we're slowly going in the right direction. I still have a lot to do. My mind's feeling better. I'm feeling more energized. I'm ready to work. I'm ready to do stuff, motivated. Yeah, I'm just ready to get after it. Where that leads us with disc golf. I want to give a big shout out to not only obviously Foundation, but also Discraft too. Discraft's been awesome since day one. Obviously I'm not doing that necessary for them because I haven't really been doing that much over the last year or so. This is more for myself. But the question is, what is inspiring you right now to get out here and play disc golf? And that is a goal. I think for anything, for me, I'm very goal oriented. I think most people are. And when you set yourself up with a goal, it gives you the ability to put the work and effort needed to reach that goal. I've got a lofty goal. The goal is to qualify for USDGC. Now, I was planning on playing earlier in the season a couple of the Texas events, but I ended up pulling my back out. You're doing great. I ended up pulling my back out while I was lifting. Ended up getting, I think, a minor stress fracture while running. So that definitely put a little bit of delay in my process. But the goal is to qualify for USDGC. We're several months away. I think we got 5 months or so. I haven't played pretty much any disc golf. If you've seen me in a YouTube video on Foundation or Discraft or anything like that, that is my disc golf playing over the last almost like a year. The goal is to qualify USDGC, and you guys are coming along for the journey. This is day one. We're gonna get right fitness. We're gonna eat right. We're gonna get back to throwing far. We're gonna be making putts. We're gonna be doing everything. I'm gonna show you guys how my journey and process is going. And today we're benchmarking my round today. In a couple months, we're gonna come back and see how well I play versus, and we'll go from there. So this is day one. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. And let's keep going back to the video. We're trying to find this disc. It's somewhere in the mess. We have finally located it. Now, this is one of those shots where you don't want to overthink it. The gap on the left is just as big as the gap on the right. I should just throw, actually let's go my straighter zone. I like that play better. So that way I can just kind of go right at it. And I don't have to worry about the skip. It's not skipping anywhere. This grass is so tall. Lift, 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 lift. I think that's a little short, but we'll see when we get up there. It's tough to tell. I was literally thinking about what I was gonna say once I made that shot. That just shows you can't take any putt for granted. I was gonna say 2 easy birdies to start, but now the course is gonna start showing a little bit of its teeth. Wow. All right. Hey, that's gonna happen. That's why we're out here. We're getting a baseline, a benchmark of where we're at. Hole 3 is a par 4, another short par 4, just over 500 feet to the basket. It looks like a pretty ripping tail left to right. Ideally throw the same TI nuke. I'm gonna try to throw it on a little Annie out on the left, and hopefully it just kind of coasts to the right the whole time. I came out. I don't think it's 500 feet, by the way. I think maybe some of these distances, I'll start shooting with the rangefinder because I'm just going off a U-disc. I'm not throwing 500 feet right now, so me going past the basket, no shot. Right to left wind, a little bit above the basket. I think this might be like a 450 foot shot. I think I can throw 450 right now. 500, I don't think so. So if I throw this on any sort of hyzer, this thing is just sending it left. So we gotta go flat and we gotta go just right of pole. Flat, just right of pole here. Nope. Almost hit my camera. Barely made it, but it counts. Doesn't feel like a birdie, and again, the score, actually how much under par I am, doesn't really matter because again, this is a benchmark. So we're just seeing what I shoot today versus what I'll shoot several months from now. Hole number 4, really difficult without wind. With this head left to right, it's gonna be really, really challenging. The pin is gonna be left about 30 or 40 feet of that next tee sign up there. And it's on like a hill too. So running putts is very, very dangerous. Today, I think I'm just fine with playing it for par. So we're gonna throw a little hyzer venom out there, try to get some distance on it, and try to get the up and down. Turned over a lot. Oh boy. This might be the future of disc golf. I think they might be letting the grass grow super high. So one side of the basket, you just can't make putts. The basket that used to be behind you doesn't exist. I don't know what happened with it. I thought maybe the grass was too high and we couldn't see it. Luckily for me, that disc is in a terrible spot. So we're gonna rethrow to the basket that's currently in place, which is right here on the side of the hill. Come on. Give it a chance. Yeah. Very nice. I mean, it was like probably less than a 350-foot shot and I went nuke OS. I'm not too concerned right now, like what's happening. I'm just kind of concerned with the results, which I don't know if that's backwards. That actually might be backwards. I think you actually should be more concerned with the process and not the results. But right now, I'm not really concerned with how far I'm throwing because that will come with time. We are on hole 5. This one combines 2 holes. You can see for the normal layout, the basket right there, but we're actually gonna go to hole 7's basket on the normal layout to make this a really tricky par 4 that's in the woods. It's not terribly long. It's probably maybe only 500 feet or so, so you don't need that much off the tee, but it is a sharp dogleg to the right. So if you don't get around the corner, you really have no chance of making birdie. We're gonna go with the Passion. It's about a 10-foot gap between those 2 light trees. That's what we're trying to hit and have this thing just kind of push out and to the left. Ideally by 7's tee pad would be a great shot. I felt myself swoop. Some of the ultimate Frisbee stuff is gonna slowly come back into it. Just gotta battle through it. So one of the issues with ultimate Frisbee is when you throw those, you know, you have to throw everything on hyzer, or what we would call inside out. You gotta go low to high for it to get any sort of distance. That's something I'm just gonna continue to battle with. Disc golf, everything you want on a flat plane. If you wanna throw high, you kind of more tilt this way and keep that flat plane across your body. You don't ever really do like that movement. It's very much ultimate Frisbee style. So we're tucked behind this tree and we're just gonna try to push something, maybe a Raptor forehand to just get around this corner to give myself a chance at getting up and down here for a par. Try to hit this gap on hyzer and then just push. Did it. Skip maybe for me? Ah, no skip, but it's around the corner. We'll have a look. So one thing we won't be able to account for on this course is the maintenance. Hopefully it's playing the same a couple months from now, but you can just see some of like the bushes and stuff. Those are normally trimmed up to where you have like a legitimate fairway on this hole. So we'll just have to kind of deal with what we have. And we're just gonna have to try to throw a very technical flex shot through here. I think we're gonna go Raptor. I think I wanna go high speed so it gets out of it once it starts slowing down. Just gonna throw a little Annie to start, ride, and it's gotta come out right before that tree. Oh, terrible angle. Terrible angle. Needed to maybe throw this one. That was the right angle. Yeah, needed to throw that one. A part of this too is gonna be a learning process of my discs again. That's gonna be obviously gonna take some time. Shouldn't take more than like a week of just being out in the field, throwing them all again, different angles and stuff. Another very challenging green. Water is 5 feet left of the basket, maybe 6. Trying to throw something up in the air and have it fade in. Probably not going to happen here. So I think I'm just gonna lay up, take my bogey and move on. We got some low hanging tree limbs too. So I think this would be a challenging putt regardless of whether or not there was water right there. Yeah, live to fight another day. We'll take a bogey. Frog in the lake. It's a little guy, he's just floating there. If you have any questions for me, drop them in the comments down below. What I've been up to, or disc golf futures or anything like that. My next tournament is going to be DMC, Des Moines Challenge. We also are going to be doing some sort of fan interaction, I think. Play with the pros or something like that too. So be on the lookout for that. Par 4, about 660 feet, major dogleg left. You can see the bridge out there. It's going to be the fairway's kind of going up and left of that. This wind's gonna play really nice for it, so I think I'm just gonna try to hit this TI nuke flat. Hopefully hit that gap right there up high, and then just let that thing push left. Get as much distance off the tee as possible here for a short upshot into a very technical green. Did it. Hit a tree, but it should be in the fairway some up there. There's a bunch of, it's not a really well-defined fairway, but it's a good hole. It's a fun shot.
Explain that that's not the basket.
Yeah, the basket is way left of the bridge, not the one off to the right. Not really much of a fairway, and the upshot's really tough because there's just a lot of trees around the basket. There is that bridge off to the left. That is probably the biggest gap. So pushing something through there will give you a putt at the basket. We are just behind here. And we actually have a decent angle. These trees on the left are a little tight, but shouldn't come into play. I'm just gonna try to throw my get freaky. I could almost try to throw a flex up there, but yeah, I'm gonna actually throw a flex just to give myself a little bit more space. Throwing this flex gives me just a little bit more space. I gotta make sure I get it height because it's not gonna get any skip. I did it perfectly. It did hit a tree early, but I think I have a putt. All right, we got a putt, we got a putt. We got a putt. Slight tree obstruction. Cash. All right, that was a good hole. That was a good hole. And here's the thing, I'm actually having a little bit of fun right now. I'm having a little bit of fun. We have made it to hole 7. This one's gonna play really tough today. Into the headwind. 522 feet as a par 3. The challenging thing about this hole is you have to throw kind of a big flexing backhand, and sometimes in the wind, if it gets a little too high above this burn, it can go over the burn and it's just gone forever. I've got a nuke here. We're gonna throw it on Annie. I have no intentions on getting there today. I'm just gonna see where this ends up. We're gonna see how close we can get. Oh, that's a bad move, lift! And I just made this hole a lot more challenging because I didn't throw it with enough height. Rats. All right, a little shorter than I thought. Probably should go back to the bag and throw a captain's raptor, but how many times have we been there where it's like, I don't feel like walking that far. So, you know, it is what it is. We're just gonna juice this get freaky. Juiced it. Still way short, huh? Yeah. I'm gonna take my 30 seconds. And hopefully this wind gust dies down. Oh, rats. All right, that's a tough bogey there. Very tough bogey, not much OB trouble. Any shot that gets more than, I don't know, whatever. Definitely probably should have gone to the bag and got the raptor. We move on. I came prepared with a lot of things. We made sure I got water, audio, battery, wifey. I did forget a lot of stuff in my bag. One of those being a rangefinder. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to give you guys exact distances on these holes. I think this one probably plays just under 500. It's tough because it's like we're throwing from up high and then there's like a little valley and then it goes up again. So it is tough to get a distance, but I'm gonna play it very similar to that other hole by the water. I'm gonna go with my TI nuke and I'm gonna throw that same kind of drifting back in. I think it worked last time. We're gonna see if we can do it again. Oh, the wind's really gonna take that one. Dig, 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 dig. Bridge. It hit the bridge. That flew way different than that other shot. And I'm not entirely sure why. I think the bridge saved me. It definitely hit this. It was like metal, so. All right, a little delicate upshot. Raptor. Go in. Oh, also, if you guys haven't checked out, we got these new Brodie swirl roaches. A lot of people like the Brodie swirl plastic. This year we have a little jawbreaker in there too. Beautiful disc. And we'll take par. 298, par 3, sitting up on a little knoll. I think we got to go back our forehand here just to play with the wind. Right to left, strong wind. So I'm gonna aim this thing just left of the basket, ideally 5-10 feet. Probably about 10 feet left of the basket. The wind should hold up for this Raptor. The question is, how's my forehand game? Yeah, all right. I did feel like I over-exaggerated the nose down, and I'm glad I did because I wasn't even that much nose down. That's my biggest issue with the forehand, is I end up doing that swoop with the hand motion versus the body. All right, now for a fun par 5. A beautiful, beautiful, beautiful par 5. This, what? Beautiful? I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to hear Kelsey. She's been yapping throughout the video, but she doesn't have a mic on. We need to get her a mic next time. She's got a lot of important things to say. We're actually gonna go to the elevated basket across the water there. I would love to see some of the big throwers, AB, I'm blanking, Ricky, some of the other big guys that throw far. I don't know if it's possible to clear over there or not. It would be fun to try, but we're not doing that today. We're gonna try to land probably a little bit past the basket that is for the normal layout. And then we're just gonna kind of dink, 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 and hopefully make a birdie putt. We're going with a brand new disc I just put in. It's a Stable Z Nuke OS. I should be able to throw this thing on a decent ante and it should still come out in this wind. I might actually have a decision to make there, Janice. I threw that a lot better than I thought. We might have to be going for this one in two. Eagle, the big bird. I think I have to go for this because otherwise I'll be like, what? Throwing like a 200-foot shot over there. There is a little family having a beautiful Mother's Day. They look like they're maybe fishing or maybe just looking at the water, I'm not sure. So we're not gonna actually play near the basket. I know it would be nice to try to eagle this, but we're gonna actually aim more towards this fence line over here. And if it does fade into the basket, great. If not, it's okay. A little chip up from there, we'll be all right. We're just gonna chip one up. All right, chippy chip. Well, hopefully you guys catch something big. So I don't know what happened to the tee pad. I don't know what's really going on with this course, guys. This is the only issue with, you know, there's some parks departments out there that decide to change things up. I could have sworn there was a tee pad here and we played it along the fence line. Maybe we'll just go to this tee pad over here. Let's just do this. We'll just play from this one so that way at least we have something next time we come out here. There's gonna be a par 4 going down the driving range net. Basket is gonna be tucked way down there behind those bushes. You can see the normal layout tee is right there. So if we land anything by that, we should have a decent upshot to try to make birdie. We're gonna stick with this TI Nuke. It's working well. It is a heavy right to left wind, so I don't really want to throw the hyzer because that could go wherever. So we're gonna try to throw this thing on a little baby flex. Keep it low under the wind. Just turning it over just so often, it's very close to being good. We have the gap, but we have a low ceiling. And I think I'm too far away to get something far enough up there, especially because it's not playing any sort of skip. I think we're actually gonna go with a decently challenging shot. Shout out to my co-host on Tour Life, Yuli. We're gonna go Captain's Raptor. This is the new one, I believe, that just came out this year. So we're gonna go very overstable, and we're gonna go kind of a flex high shot, because the wind is going to shoot it to the right. But hopefully it's overstable enough that it gets to the ground. But we gotta get it high enough over this thing so it has a chance. Oh, what a kick! That could have been deadly. Yeah, I think it's up by the basket, but did you see it nick off the fence?
I went over to the left.
Oh, I yanked it so bad and it was low and it kissed off the top of the fence. That could have been really bad.
I was actually looking at the disc, making sure you didn't foot play.
Wow. Kelsey trying to be the PDJ Marshall calling footballs out here. Maybe the greatest kick I've ever had. It went from, I mean, the other two scenarios from that kick, it either kicks and drops and I have like another like far shot, or it kicks and goes right and I'm OB, but it kicked and like just kind of like a little baby kiss and it was perfect. No complaints here. Now on to hole 12. We've also made it to the creek side. Every hole that we just played was on the lake side, but obviously it was just combos. Now we're doing some holes on creek side, and this is actually just a normal hole 5. It plays this hole 12 on this layout, 415 feet. The street is gonna be OB, so you definitely wanna miss long and left, ideally. I feel like I've been throwing this disc the best, so we're gonna keep with the TI Nuke, because a little baby flex and let it drift on over. This wind is doing what? It's swirling, yeah. It feels like a headwind now, so it won't drift that much. I say it won't drift that much, and I proceed to think it's gonna drift forever. That's also 50 short. I think I threw that like 350 feet. All right, we are outside circle 2 probably right around maybe 60 feet, 70 feet. Low chance with the right to left wind, very scary wind. So we're just gonna kind of zip this one, a little frisbee style action, and just play something safe. We got an okay round going, all things considered. I've made some mistakes, but that would be a really stupid double bogey there if I 3-putt, trying to make that be aggressive. Hole 13, 531 feet, par 4. It's not really a gettable par 4 because it is like a second-hand dog leg. We want to go ideally straight down the fairway, and then right when you see that kind of little gap of trees, it's gonna be up there. We're gonna stick with this because I feel like I have an idea of how it flies, so might as well. Baby flex, kind of right down there. Needs to come out in a hurry. Come out in a hurry. Oh, backdoor. All right, we went way wide with it. I don't know if there is actually a play over there. Hopefully there is. Well, it is a terrible place to be. I got absolutely nothing this way, and I got nothing that way either. Like, I can lean out. I mean, I could throw the dirtiest roller of my life, and that might give me a putt. And I think that's the only, I know, I gotta go inside that mud. I think it's the only chance for birdie here. Kind of wherever I throw this, I'm gonna be able to get up and down. So this is where I think I'm okay with being super aggressive, because there's just absolutely no angle. That's all trees. So I'm okay with being super aggressive, because if this goes terribly wrong, the up and down shot is gonna be very easy. I need to hit this right there. Did it. Holy cow. Was that good? That was disgusting. Ho ho ho! That was sick. Shout out though to Anthony H. Anthony H, you won assault. And you got closer to the pin on your first shot than I did on my second. I think you were playing a different hole though. A very, very gettable par 4, but we were out of position, but we still made it work. You can see this is the proper fairway of where you want to enter here. We went way off to the right but we just scrambled our butt off. Par 3, 281. The softball games out here in Denton are serious. Basket, you can see right ahead of us. You got trouble if you go long right. The miss here is short. Do not want to go long and push into those trees. So we are gonna go zone on a little hyzer, pushing down to the basket. Should be close to full power at 281 for me right now. Jeez. Oh, it was early. Well, that's one of those where you just gotta forget it. That will never, well, it might happen again in the near future, but in the distant future, that shot will never happen again. Gotta curl it around this limb right here. Let the wind take it down. Oh, that was aggressive. All right, tough to birdie, or tough to par hole. That's under 300 feet. Probably the easiest hole, one of the easiest par 3s on the course. Gotta take it with a grain of salt. I don't know what that phrase means, but people say it, and so that's why I just used it there.
It's just nothing is big.
Janice is saying it's nothing is big. Par 4, about 600 and something feet. It's gonna be through the trees here and then way off to the left. Not the basket right in front of you. It's gonna be the one tucked over there. We just want something pushing through this tree line. We're gonna try to throw a little bit of a flip up here. Actually, that's a terrible idea. The wind's left to right. We made the mistake last time. Now we learn from it. We correct from it. We go stable and we go flat. TI nuke stable, flat through the gap. Oh, wow, way to make the correction. Way to make the freaking correction and throw the best shot of the day. Yes! Almost pin high. Clearly the distance on this hole was incorrect. This is one of those where, man, this should be under the basket, maybe with a chance to go in, but we'll see here. Just the wrong disc, I think, there. That was a good freaky. I think in the future, I mean, the wind is kind of freaking me out, but I think in the future, I think I just gotta be okay with throwing like more of this like roach. Just like a normal roach, because it's not gonna kill that much. It's gonna be more of a straight shooter. I don't have to worry as much. The wind is not gonna nearly affect it on like that short of a shot, so somebody just gotta be more comfortable with. Going into this round, I didn't really have a goal as far as like score goes, but looking at this scorecard now, we are 8 under with 3 to play, and we have a par 4, a tough par 3, and a tough par 4. If we can finish at 10 under, I think that'll be a pretty solid round from here. 9 under, I think, is okay as well. It was windy, it was tough. I think now we want to throw the flip up into this right to left wind. So we are going to blast our TI nuke down this right gap. The basket is not the short one, obviously. It's the one way tucked back there into the woods. So the second shot is gonna be a little technical. Gotta hit a gap. Shouldn't be too challenging if you get the drive far enough out there. Last one felt good. I felt like I put a decent move on it. Body's starting to loosen up here. Let's see if we can do another one right here. This would be great to get one way out there. Don't hit it, don't hit it. Oh, it just turned way too much. All right, that, I'm not hitting the angle right on that disc. I feel like every time I've thrown that disc, it's turned over. So I just gotta remember, I gotta throw that with a lot more hyzer. It really does feel like birdie is out of play from here. Just how far away we are and how low ceiling it is going in there. You really like to throw a forehand into this basket, but I mean, we are way too far for that. So I think the logical play here, because there is trouble left, water's left, and there's also OB right water of the basket. So I think the logical play here is maybe just a straight shot, short of the trees on the right, chip up, take your par and move on. As much as it pains me, I do think that might be the right play. So we're just gonna go with our passion, straight passion, try to land somewhere by that big tree. Whoa, kind of. All right, well, that's maybe where a rangefinder is good because I think I might have what AB calls am eyes right now. My depth perception or my distance as far as where things are and how far I can throw is very poor. I thought there was no chance that Passion was gonna get to that tree line, and it went in about 20 feet high. Something to work on. Also, maybe get a rangefinder. Okay, we have somewhat of a window here, folks. Kind of risky going forehand here. Wouldn't this be exciting? Oh my gosh.
You're a nut.
He's back! Alrighty, hole 17. This is a great hole, whether you're playing this layout or Creekside hole 15. Elevated basket, 420 feet. Should be playing tailwind. So we're gonna send this little last year's 2024 Tour Series Vulture Holland Hanley, and we're gonna send it right at the basket. Things are coming out nice. It just feels like my angle is just a little bit, everything's coming out with a little bit too much ante, or yeah, pretty much too much ante for the most part. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. A change I am actively making right now though on this journey is I'm completely changing up my stock shot. My stock shot used to be hyzer. A lot of hyzer, throw a lot of flip up stuff to try to get distance. And what I've learned from watching some of the greats, that shot just doesn't really exist anymore. One, it's not really asked that often on tour. And two, mainly, it's very hard to keep that shot consistent. Even though right now I am missing my angle a little bit by turning it over, you can see that my miss here is still a putt for birdie. All in all, that is gonna be a big change for me. I'm gonna have to try to get that dialed in over the next couple of months. But I think going to a course like USDGC, where there's tons of OB, and the goal is just to try to be consistent off the tee and land in a consistent zone so you can stay in bounds, that's gonna save you a lot of strokes. Oh! I thought, at least I didn't say anything because I thought I was gonna say like cash money, and that would have been very, very sad if it hits the cage like that. All right, that would have been a nice one. Rats. I will say too, like I don't mind this as an elevated basket, having like these little layers. I think this is a cool way of doing it. One thing that I think would be really cool with this is if they had it built on like some sort of hill. So if I could come in here and move ground around, I would probably on the left side of the basket, I would remove a lot of this ground. And so if you land over there, you're putting like really far uphill. That makes the tee shot tougher because you want to miss over here. And when you miss over here, now you're putting towards that. It makes the hole a lot better. Hole number 18, par 4, 625. If you guys have made it this far, so I want to say I appreciate you. There's a lot of you guys that have supported me from day one, whether it's actually in disc golf. There's some people that have been supporting me all the way back to trick shots. Just want to say thanks so much. If you want to let me know in the comments down below when you guys started watching me on this channel, because we've gone all over the place. That'd be cool to read through. But I do want to say thank you so much for supporting. Thanks for watching. This is just day one. We're going to be doing this for the next 5 months. You're welcome to join me right here, subscribe. Let's finish out this last hole. We're gonna throw the same exact shot actually. Talk about a shot you do not wanna miss left or right. Left is dead into the water. Right, you're gonna find yourselves into that tree. That is the basket for Creekside 17. We're actually playing the par 4. It's a good another 200, 300 feet behind that. So if we land somewhere by that basket, we should have a decent upshot to finish this one out. So the goal here, just get clean off the tee, advance, and have a chance. It wasn't clean, needs a lot of help, didn't get it,
In the creek?
gone forever. Well, that's one way to finish a video. All right, well, not the way you want to finish a round, but hey, if you come out here and there's a drought, don't come out now, but when there's a drought, someone gets a free Tour Series Holland Hanley Vulture right over there. That should play. Yep, that should be fine. Shout out to Silva, standstill goddess. We're going with the roach. Kind of like that. Well, there you have it, folks. Tough finishing stretch. We got that birdie on 16, almost made that nice birdie on 17, which would have put us at 10 under. We unfortunately bogeyed 18 to drop us back to 8. But that's a benchmark. That's where we're at. We'll come back to this course a few months from now, and we'll see where we're at then. Hopefully a lot better. A lot of strokes left out there. All in all, I'm pretty happy with where my baseline is. Now it's just putting the work in to increase it and give me my best chance to qualify for USDGC. That's all we have for today. We'll see you in the next one. Keep slinging them discs.